Hello, this is Kaiden from topstudent.org, and in this lesson we are going to learn what is a startup routine, why use a startup routine, and how to use a startup routine. So a startup routine is basically a series of actions you take before you start your study sessions. First of all, the startup routines helps my brain get warmed up for my study sessions. As I go through that same series of actions every day, I'm telling myself and my subconscious that it's time for some serious work. And a startup routine reduces distractions during my study sessions. For example, like let's say if I forget to get a pencil, or I get thirsty and want to drink some water, or I forget my mobile phone and I want to check some information. So a startup routine helps me get all these things around me, beside me, before I start work. And finally, a startup routine helps me get back on track when I do get distracted. For example, I need to go to the toilet, and when I'm back, I forget what I'm doing, and instead I will think to myself, okay, I'll surf net for 2 minutes, or I will check my email for 2 minutes, and you know what? 2 minutes become 30 minutes. So startup routines help us to get back in the groove because it states clearly what I am supposed to do by when. When you have planned all these to-do items so specifically and it's right in front of you, it is much easier for you to get back in the groove. I noticed that once I got used to using startup routines, it becomes very difficult to actually work or study without it. How do you actually use a startup routine? Well, first of all, write out the things you need before you start work. For example, my list consists of things like my wallet and my handphone, a jar of water and a glass, a cup of tea, pens and other stationery, which are usually just beside me, my post-it pads, my calendar/diary, and most important, my speaking timer. So sometimes I use the phone app, sometimes I use my YouTube link. I will go and collect all these items, put them in their usual positions, and sit down at my desk. And the very first action I take is to start my speaking timer. If you don't know what that is or how it works, go look at my other video. Next, I plan my to-do for the day in 3 to 5 minutes and write it on a post-it note. For example, to plan this video, I gave myself 25 minutes to complete writing the script, 25 minutes more to edit the script and start recording, and 25 minutes more to edit the recording and upload it to YouTube. So these are all planned timings. Once I finish planning, then I start doing the work. And when I get distracted, and all I have to do is to look down at my post-it and see what I'm supposed to do and continue. In conclusion, a startup routine is a series of actions you do before you begin work. It helps to warm up your brain, to let it know that it's time to get to work. It prevents preventable distractions like getting water or getting some stationery that you need, and get you back on track even if you get distracted. I outlined my own startup routine, the things I prepare, and how I plan my work by using this video as an example. Let me know if you have trouble using startup routines. This is Kaiden from topstudent.org.